Hey, Cancer, intuitive soul coach here with your August 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can find that link in the description box below. All right, so Cancer, the key theme showing up for you in the month of August, you have self-love, creativity, and you also received the shadow work card. Now, I wanted to clarify what it is that you are working on. So I pulled a companion card and you received soul tribe. So I sense that a lot of you are doing some inner healing around soul tribe. So this could be friendships, family dynamics, connections. You could be connecting with other like-minded individuals in the month of August that help you go through some of those difficulties that have been present in your energy. This can be releasing some of the buried trauma. If you've suffered from any addictions or ego centers here, post-traumatic stress, you're doing the work is what I'm sensing. And a lot of you are coming out of this period of hibernation or feeling a sense of solitude, isolation, because you may have alienated yourself from family, or maybe you felt like the black sheep, Cancer. For others of you, I feel like you are inviting in a new sense of soul tribe. You could be strengthening bonds within your current tribe or working on forgiving and releasing members of your soul tribe that no longer serve your highest good. So a lot of energy showing up around this for you this month, around shadow work and family and friendships. I see here that you're going to meet new people that could be in your life for quite some time, if not the rest of your duration here on earth. So very powerful soul mate energy is what I feel for a lot of you. Now, you also have self-love and creativity showing up. So this is about accepting people for who they are. This is about you, beautiful Cancerians, for accepting yourself for who you are, being creative, allowing yourself to flow with vitality, with energy, expressing yourself on all levels. Some of you may even be going on a short retreat. It could be a creative retreat, an artist retreat. You could be showing yourself more compassion, more self-acceptance. It could even be a healing or a wellness retreat as well. This is all about you going within and having the confidence to create, whether it's create life, create a new soul contract, new members of your tribe. This can be create a new piece of artwork, create more within your career, within your health, whatever it is that you're doing. It is coming from a place of self-love because you want to heal and you want to take care of yourself. You want to feel confident in your own skin. So I am getting here, Cancer. This is going to be a very, very powerful month for you to move forward in the direction of your heart here. So whatever that is for you, because some of you, I'm getting that you were left with empty promises. Okay, empty promises, and that may have distracted you at times. There's something you wanted to see, but you allowed yourself to be enamored in some sort of a false promise or empty promise here that you stayed in for a little bit too long. And I feel like it didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. And you may have had to pick up the pieces and open your heart up. And there's a new beginning here for you is what I sense. So let's dive in. Now we have the creativity card here as well. This can talk about you feeling inspired, because if you have been hibernating or if you've been working on some inner healing, I feel because you have been doing this, you may feel inspired to write a book, inspired to create a masterpiece, a work of art, to channel your ideas, start a YouTube channel, maybe even work towards a spiritual path or hobby. This is all about your ideas coming to life, Cancer, using your imagination, letting it free flow. You have talent. A lot of you have a lot of talent. And I feel like you could even be discovered in the month of August. This could be self-discovery or other people discovering you on a larger platform. If you've been putting your resume out there, or if you've been wanting your work to get noticed, or if you've been really working hard to build up your business, I'm getting here discovery in the form of someone noticing what it is that you have to offer. So there certainly could be contracts that show up for you, Cancer, in the near future. Now let's dive into the tarot here. Now, the beginning of the month, you actually have the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups. Beautiful energy here, because this is all about wish fulfillment. It is your wishes being granted here. And it does say empty promises. So after a time where you felt like something wasn't being fulfilled, or something didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, or maybe the way you thought it was going to in matters of the heart. It could be a passion project. It could be a relationship. It could be starting a family. Pages can represent children as well. But the Page of Cups is a new exciting opportunity, because in the past something was lost, some sort of motivation. You didn't have the motivation to do something again. But I feel like there's excitement stirring in the air for you, and you have this reset button, or this fresh start, we'll call it, where you're excited to finally move forward after feeling a little bit empty. Is kind of what I get here for you. You're meeting new people here. If you're looking for love, you're finding it. If you are currently in a relationship here, I feel like there's some sort of shadow work that you are working through or getting past. You may be forgiving and learning at this time. You have forgiving and learning coming in the love section of your reading. So there's something here that maybe you didn't think was going to happen in the way that it did. But I feel like it's allowed you to see and be who you truly are meant to be with, and truly see yourself for what you are. You're a divine channel of love. So there's forgiveness here. There's some sort of mending as well, I sense, coming in. And not all wishes will show up in the form that you thought, but they're going to take on a form of their own according to the divine plan. And I do sense here that there's some wishes granted for you, and you're going to feel really excited, even though you have the shadow work card here. Like I said, yes, some of you have lost loved ones. There's been a grief. Maybe in a friendship group, you've lost some friends over time. You may have had a loved one that has crossed over. You may have had a friend that moved away. I'm getting here sisters as well. You may have lost connection with family members. For others of you, this soul tribe is maybe divorce. You may have parted ways. Some of you were in a twin flame union, or it could have even been a false twin flame. Every time the shadow work comes in, someone that forces you to look at yourself, take a deeper look at what you want to grow and learn from. And that can be you looking at your own shadow. So I am sensing that you're doing the work here, but it's actually allowing you to feel good about yourself, come back home to yourself, Cancer, and be more expressive and creative. So this is beautiful. Now, in the middle of the month, you have the Eight of Cups and the Moon. So there's something here that you aren't able to necessarily... Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay, someone is diving further into their shadow, okay? Because the Moon can be a shadow here, and the Eight of Cups is moving towards the 9, which is interesting because you start off with the 9 here, and I feel like there's a new opportunity. You're taking it here. The little fly, hope I'm not just randomly, I do fling my hands often, but the Eight of Cups and the Moon here, you're definitely changing up some sort of routine. And I feel like it's allowing you to shatter through the illusion of the old, okay? Because there is something old that you no longer want to hang on to because it's stifling. It may feel suffocating. As I say that here, my throat chakra feels restricted. So you could be getting something off your chest. There could have been something in the heart that you may have been holding tight to. It could have been bitterness, anger, resentment, betrayal. Someone may have really hurt you, but you're moving towards the shadow. And when you shed light on the shadow, you're actually able to dissolve the darkness. You're able to expel it and move it towards that light. You can actually use that weakness, we'll call it a weakness or a shadow, you can use that to add to your strengths here. So I hope that makes sense. Some of you are turning something that maybe was negative or a loss into a gain. For example, maybe you went through a very difficult situation. You could be writing about it, helping other people go through that situation. Some of you are speaking up. I'm seeing you speaking in front of a crowd of people. You may be sharing your story. You could be joining maybe a grief support group, or maybe you're helping other people travel to their destinations after a time of not being able to do so. There's something that you are helping others with, or you're being called to speak up about. And within that, it's going to help you heal as well. Okay, so we also have the 7 of Cups, Cancer, and we have the Temperance card. So this is about not letting distractions, as you could see that little fly, a little tiny fly. I feel like they live in these green plants here, but they come in sometimes as distractions. And so I feel for you, Cancer, there could be something that may have deterred you from having the patience to succeed, to move forward here. You may have wanted something in the way you wanted it, and because it didn't happen that way, you may have been distracted and you may have went after something else. But I feel what you're doing now is you're actually grounding those dreams to reality. There's something you are focusing on instead of letting it kind of float out there and come in whenever you feel triggered, or whenever some sort of trauma response or something shows up that brings about this shadow. You're now taking a look at it and saying, okay, what do I need to do so it's not just hanging around in my energy field? You're taking a look at it and you're bringing it down to reality. You're focusing on it here, and it's going to allow you to not feel so overwhelmed because you have more patience here. Okay. Some of you may have felt imbalanced is what I'm getting, Cancer. I mean, this Temperance card is definitely about self-control. It is about blending the energies and not feeling like you can't have something that you want, but in the way that you're receive it is showing up a little bit differently here. Okay, I'm also getting the Big Apple. Even though this is more of a cherry, they are showing me the Big Apple. So some of you may live in New York City, okay, or some of you may have moved, or maybe you wanted to move here, but something wasn't happening the way that you thought it would. Trust that things are happening the way they're supposed to, because I'm getting here that, yes, you've gone through a lot. There was a little bit of a delay, but I feel like there's patience moving forward, and you're going to see why sooner rather than later, because there's this huge shift energy of wishes being granted. So at the beginning of August, we do have that Lionsgate portal, 8/8, and that is a really powerful time for manifestation, for creating that dream board, that vision board, setting your goals, in creating them, bringing them down to reality, taking the next step here. So a lot of you are heading towards making and changing and shifting the dynamic of, again, something that was difficult. You may be mending it, you may be forgiving, you may be taking that pain and changing it into something that can help yourself and other people, because you're digging in. And the Moon card can be about exposure. It can be about the shadow side. When we expose something, we're able to shed light on it and we can heal from it. Because Cancer, whatever this was, you may have kept hidden for quite some time. You are a water sign, and sometimes you keep things buried below sea level, right? You keep them anchored deep, dark down in the depths of your soul. And I feel like there's something here that you're exposing, getting off your chest, or sharing your story, and it will help drastically when it comes to your success. It's going to also allow you to be quite creative. Now, some of you may be feeling a little bit vulnerable. You may be feeling vulnerable with your work, right? You may say, well, are they really going to love this? Right? You really love it, and it came from a place of inspiration. I'm getting that a lot of you are channeling some really wonderful ideas. You're putting them on paper. Now take that next step. Build that website. Connect with maybe a professional who can help you do something if you're not sure how to. This is about you utilizing the talent that you have, because I feel like you are in the spotlight here, but there's something that you need to bring to the surface in order to fully bring in that energy. I hope that makes sense. Some sort of shadow or piece that's been hitting needs to come to the surface because I feel like it no longer belongs in the depths of the, underneath sea level here. Someone may even be scuba diving, okay? Scuba diving, because they're really giving me deep dive here as well. Someone may be a scuba instructor, or maybe you have family that's going scuba diving. Please take that as it resonates. Now, when it comes to love, Cancer, there's a lot of forgiveness and learning. I mean, not only do you have self-love, you have soul tribe and family, you have cups, 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 cups. I mean, look at all these cups. You have here emotions. This is you. This is relationships, feelings, desires, joys, emotions, joy and intimacy, right? This is about you forgiving and learning so you can have more of those things, those emotions in your life. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Yeah. But in order to release the past, we must see and bring about to our sense of awareness what it is. We need to uncover or expose. And that's what you're doing here with the moon and with the shadow. So there's something here that you may even find out about your family, your bloodline. There could have been secrets in the family dynamic. There could have been secrets amongst friends. There could have been some sort of betrayal where you felt like this person, how could they have done that? How could they have kept that secret from me? Right? I feel like you're releasing and you're healing. If this is a soulmate or a partnership, remember this whole contract that you already knew about prior to incarnating into this lifetime was to help you have the experience of maybe forgiving, of learning, of growing, of strengthening the bonds and the relationships that you have with other people, especially yourself. Cancer, something here is worth waiting for. You have not only the Temperance card, which is all about patience. It says divine timing is at work in your love life, worth waiting for. If you've been single for quite some time, if you've struggled with the shadow, some of you have been a recluse, right? Some of you have been hiding yourself away, or maybe you've been struggling or focusing on maybe a different priority, raising family, career, whatever it may be. It's all going to be worth it, and you'll know when that shows up for you. It'll be like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. This is it. I love this. So I do sense here that it's going to be exciting for you. Even if you don't feel that right at this moment, you'll look back and say, yes, I would do it again. I wish I would have had more time, or I wish I would have met you sooner, but it actually prepared me for this moment or this time in my life. For others of you, if you're struggling with someone, I feel like it is, and you want this relationship to flourish, I feel like it is powerful and important that you are patient at this time, okay? It's worth waiting for. And for those of you that are continuing to work on your self-development, continuing to work through maybe some shadows here, it's going to be worth it. And lastly, you do have chemistry. For those of you that are looking for love, I mean, 9 of Cups and Page of Cups, also the 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, you're narrowing something down and you're walking straight towards your wish fulfillment. There's a lot of chemistry here. There could be sexual attraction, physical attraction. I'm getting here spiritually. You just recognize it's like two souls coming together here. There's a strong magnetic attraction between you and another person. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I am getting strong chemistry where you know that this person is part of your soul tribe. And if this person is part of your soul tribe and you know that the story between you isn't over, then it's definitely forgiving and learning, and it will be worth it here. All right, Cancer. When it comes to, okay, thank you. I'm getting the name Derek, and they're also giving me a little bit of a, Perez, because I'm getting, they're giving me an E with an accent on it, but it wasn't for Derek. It was for Perez. Okay. So Derek and Perez, maybe that's the name of someone, Derek Perez or Perez Derek. Please take it as it resonates. Maybe it's a place, a location. Again, I feel like there is a message there for you regarding soul tribe. All right. We have here, when it comes to money, career, abundance, and wealth, lo and behold, you have the Watch card. There, you are bringing something back into balance, but there was a sense of impatience, maybe even a sense of obsession about the timing of when is this going to happen? This is never going to happen. And what that actually did is it pushed something away. because you wanted to try to control the outcome, right? You wanted to control how something showed up. That's why divine timing is at work here. It is time to profit. Divine timing has been at work. Some of you, maybe you were laid off. You went through a little bit of a waiting period. Maybe you were going through a temporary opportunity here or a temporary situation. I'm getting that towards the end of August, even into September. I'm getting September 14th, even though these are August readings. You may want to check out that September reading. There could be definitely a seize the moment type of opportunity where maybe in August, if you are looking for a new job or a promotion, it could show up in August in the physical form, but the movement piece of it may not be until September. So let's say you go in for an interview towards mid to end of the month. It may not be until September that you actually start that job. Okay, for others of you, I sense that you've been waiting for a home or waiting to purchase a home, buy a home, maybe waiting for your home to sell. I do feel here profitable energy again, September. Okay, September. Now, those of you business owners out there, I feel like you have gone through a little bit of a struggle, but there's an idea that you have that's showing up here with this creativity. Some of you may just need to get out of your own way with the shadow work. Sometimes you may tell yourself, well, my ideas are silly, or that invention will never take off, or I don't know what to do to build up my LLC. There is help available here. Don't let those shadows turn into self-doubt and hold you back from manifesting money, okay, and taking action. Because what you have here is the frame and the spiral. Sometimes those emotions can spiral out of control. But remember, your wishes are being granted. Don't deliver yourself empty promises. You have these gifts, these skills, these talents for a reason. You're receiving downloads, channeled messages, and you have what it takes to really thrive in your line of work. Now, some of you, you may even be revisiting an old job. It could be something that you've applied for months and months ago. It may show up for you this month. For others of you, you may be having coffee or tea or drinks with an old employee here or an old employer. This can be about you revisiting a job to build connections, networking. You may even see or hear of a spot coming into fruition that you may say, well, I really want to do that again, or I really want to work with these people. They passed me by the first time, but they're not gonna this time, right? This is all about you feeling like things are finally starting to move forward for you. You have upward trend here. And with the frame, this is about bringing in a steady income. There is a sense of getting organized here. There's a sense of accomplishment. Some of you, the big apple could be teacher energy. I'm getting teacher. You may be a professor. You may be a kindergarten teacher, maybe a daycare teacher. For others of you, you could be a spiritual teacher as well. This could be home oriented. You may be self-employed. You may be a teacher in the art and design field as well, which you have art and design and you have creativity. You may even be going someplace to learn about your creativity. Okay, as mentioned earlier, this is also about getting your mental thoughts organized. Okay, mental thoughts organized, because there's some sort of rushing, disheveled energy. So for example, let's say you have a last minute trip that you are preparing for. Don't wait last minute to pack your bag, because I feel like you could be missing out on something. So there is a little bit of preparation here. Of course, if it is spontaneous, of course, throw what you can. But I'm getting here, just double check things at this time. Okay, but don't allow yourself to not go forward because something's happening quick for you, okay? Because there is this energy of movement after a time of it feeling a little bit stagnant. All right, what else do we have here for Cancer, please? Cancer, are you in your head or are you in your heart? Well, boy, oh boy, does it look like you are in your heart here. I mean, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 cups and 2 major arcanas. This is all about you coming from a place of the heart, but because you still have the shadow showing up here, there could be a couple of limiting beliefs, fears, or distractions that are holding you back. What is the quality of your self-talk, Cancer? Our brain is like a muscle, and if we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life, and you actually have creativity. So this is giving me major manifestation vibes here, major magician vibes. So you being that creator of your life, not letting the shadow overcome you is what I heard. Not letting the shadow overcome you. Today's soul action, master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping, read an empowering book, or write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and in your dreams. That would be a wonderful activity to do on that Lionsgate portal, or do it now and reconnect with that energy around the 8/8 energy time frame. Okay, I will also be putting out a Lionsgate portal bonus reading as well. You may want to check that out. All right, you also have the mending card. Now, some of you may be 52 years old. You may be in a personal year 7. I know we are in a global energy. 2023 is a 7 energy, and you may also be a life path 7. Some of you may be just seeing that more often. 7s are all about spirituality. They're about inner awareness, wisdom, insight, and reflecting. Reflecting on how far you've come, reflecting on those relationships, reflecting on the conditioning that has built up over time. You may be saying, is this helpful? Am I showing myself self-love, right? Am I accepting who I am, or am I letting the ego self take over? So I feel like you could be mending some very important relationships at this time. Most importantly, that relationship you have with yourself. For others, this is friendship. Sisterly vibes, motherly, I'm getting here as well. It could be forgiving someone for what they did not know. Someone may have reacted quite impulsively. I'm getting here with the Temperance card. Someone may not have had the maturity or the self-awareness to temper their behavior, and it may have went through extremes. Some of you are or were dealing with someone who also has some mental health concerns, or maybe a disorder, whether it's a bipolar. I mean, I'm not a medical professional. Please seek professional guidance if need be, but I am sensing that someone has struggled with their emotions from highs to high to low, and there's something here that you're bringing back into balance, or something that you are forgiving, healing, mending. Whether you come together in the physical form or not, that's completely up to you, but I get that regardless of coming together in the physical form, energetically, this has come to a point of forgiveness, of release. Okay, even if it's soul to soul level, even if it's your higher self and their higher self, even if the ego is still playing a little bit of war here, energetically, there's healing and mending between the both of you. So very powerful here. Now, Cancer, you received a lot of animals. So at this time, if you've watched my videos before, you know the routine. We're going to open up that third eye chakra and take a look at what spirit animals you are bringing through at this time. So let's just take a deep breath in from that solar plexus chakra, a nice big belly breath, and release. And I want you to do that a couple times. And as you do, close your eyes and focus on that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows. And keep taking those deep belly breaths. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. And if you need a moment, Cancer, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the first of the month. All right, your power animals here. So some of you may be born on the 13th, the 11th, the 22nd, the 31st, or you may be 45 years old. So right away we have parrot spirit. Watch your words. Watch your self-talk. Watch what it is that you say to yourself or talk to others, right? Pay attention to what you are saying yes to and what you are saying no to, because this is all part of that shadow work as well. So watching your words. Because just like a parrot, your body hears everything that you say to it, right? Your energy holds onto words. There was an experiment in a classroom, and you can look this up as well. Maybe it's on YouTube or probably Google. An experiment where a classroom put a piece of bread from the same loaf, two pieces of bread, one in one jar, another in another jar. On the jar was labeled love, and on the other jar was labeled hate. Again, two pieces of bread from the same loaf. The children were advised to send tons of love and healing and really kind, compassionate words to the jar that said love on it. And then they were told to neglect and to be mean and hurtful to the jar of bread that said hate on it. And lo and behold, the jar that had the hate words and were neglected or abused or just, hurtful words, told it wasn't good enough, right? That piece of bread molded way quicker than the piece of bread in the jar that said love, coming from the same loaf. So go figure, words carry energy, right? Everything carries energy. So when we really take that into consideration, and some of you are saying, Melissa, is that really true? Look it up for yourselves. But this is very powerful. Words can create and determine our reality. So whatever story you are telling yourself, be mindful, because those words hold more power than you think. Next, we have groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Yeah, there could be something around August. Is there 31 days in August here? I think so. There could be something around the 31st of the month here, whether it's July. I am getting here that you're leaving behind something that you've uncovered, okay, with the shadow. So it could even be in the coming months, right? It could be within the next 3 months that you are fully letting go of a situation here, but it's going to bring you towards this new beginning. It's going to allow you to fully embrace your creativity on all different spectrums: love, health, romance, career, creativity, business, all of those things in the earthly realm. But you must let go of whatever this shadow is. It could be a belief. It could be some sort of conditioning. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a fear. Whatever it is for you, I feel like you're finally letting it go after many, many times of maybe trying to let it go without success, right? You have here truth transcends illusion with this dragonfly. It's card 2-2. There's something here that you're getting to the root of. And it literally says here, shadowed illusions and illusions being revealed. So some sort of truth, this is your own interpersonal truth, is going to shatter the illusion here. So pay attention, because you're building a new sense of stability. You're going through a transformative time, and you have the butterfly. This is death energy, but it's also new beginnings, right? That butterfly emerging from the cocoon. This is all about time of an ending, rebirth, transition. Don't resist the change. Don't hang on to what must go. And sometimes we hang on because we've known that for all our lives, right? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a pattern, whether it's an old belief. We hang on to these things because sometimes, yes, it feels like that's all we know, but you're meant to fly here. It's also card 11. So this is part of your soul's path. It's part of your karma, your destiny. I feel like you are moving forward here, and you're bringing way more balance and harmony into your life. Now you have cat spirit here. This is card 13. That's the death card. Claim your independence. Okay, claim your independence, Cancer. There's something with you breaking free, maybe of codependency, or staying in your own lane, allowing someone else to have their soul journey and you having yours. For others of you, this shadow work, diving into something that may have been challenging for you, but being able to release or shed light to it's actually going to allow you to feel more independent than you felt in a long time. And as I say this, 3333 is on the clock, and we also see a 3 here. 3s are all about creativity, harmony, union, advancement, and birth. Now, some of you are going to see big changes within the next 3 months. Okay, powerful. And last but not least here, Cancer, you have the Sun card. Now, I love these cards. I don't use them quite often, but Spirit said these are the cards that we're using during the reading here. So I am going to read the medicine and the invitation. There's a flip side to all the energies. Please take it as it resonates with you. Have you been shining your light for too long? Remember that daylight is only one half of the day. The night must have her equal time, and she offers us her gifts as well. Be careful not to be blinded by your light or the light of others. Do not be enamored with yourself or worship others. Beware your shadow. Wow. Does this really coincide with what we're talking about here? Revel in the midday glory, but do not be afraid of the waning of the light at dusk. Have you been hibernating? This is the invitation now. Have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It is time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passions and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. I love this. So for some of you, this is saying don't squander that light, right? You must face some sort of shadow, but be careful. Don't worship, beware your shadow. So what that means is when you again shed light to it with the sun, you will be able to revel in the glory of it here. It says, don't be afraid of waning the light. Don't be afraid of the shadow here, because it's when we're afraid that we project fears and illusions, right? It doesn't allow us to be fully creative. Now, for others of you, this sun is saying it's time to come out of that hibernation, which I believe Spirit said, we said earlier here. Coming out of that cave to rekindle that creative energy. And that's what you have right here. So these are beautiful. What a wonderful confirmation to wrap up your reading here, Cancer. And a lot of you, this is a really bright time for you to glow. I'm getting here major glowing energy, glowing vibrations. You're manifesting. I mean, you have the 9 of Cups here. For some of you, you could even be going to a place that maybe it is more sunny, right? Whether it's sunny physically or you just feel more sunshine in your energy, it's because you're shedding light to the shadows, something that's been holding you back or feeling a little bit stifled or feeling like it's been needing change, but you weren't quite sure how to embrace that. It's coming in here for you. Patience is paying off in beautiful, big, and bright ways. That is what I have for you. I hope it resonates, Cancer. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the channel messages out there to those that need it most. I would love to see those power animals in the comment section below. I will enter you into that free reading giveaway. And again, if you're vibing with the energy of the channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much, Cancer, for spending your precious time and energy here with me today. Lots of love to you.